Okay, all right. Hello mga students. Welcome back sa ating klase on IT application tools in business and accounting. So, for this particular video lecture, pag-uusapan natin yung information system development. And later on, but this will be a separate session on programming language. Now, class, this chapter is chapter 11 of our reference book. So, pinaghati ko lang po ito so that ang focus natin dito ay information system development. Kasi medyo mahaba-haba po itong discussion. Now, disclaimer lang again, this is more of textual, kaya marami tayo ditong mga paragraphs because yun nga we want this video lecture to serve the purpose of as a video lecture and also for your notes taking. Kasi wala nga ito sa instructional material. Now, when we talk of system development, we have to understand what a system is and what an information system. Kasi on a general discussion, on a general perspective, when we are talking of system, it is a set of components, di ba, that interact to achieve a common goal. O let's say, for example, we want it to be broad. We have the solar system. It is a set of the planetary objects. We have the sun, we have the stars, and other, sabi ko nga, planetary objects. And they have a common goal. So, ganun din po ito sa atin. And applying it to our subject, information system, ang information system is a collection of your hardware. Mga napag-usapan natin sa previous chapters, your software, yung mga data, yung information, even the people that are doing the that are involved in this information system, yung mga tao na gumagamit, yung mga users, and yung mga procedures that work together para makapag-produce ng quality information. So that is what we call the information system. Let's say, for example, an accounting information system is a set of different functions, different modules, let's say for billing and collection, for invoice processing, for maaring integrated yan yung payroll computation, but they achieve a common goal, that is to provide us with an accurate, reliable financial information. Okay? So that is an information system. Now, yung type, yung mga klase ng mga information na kinakailangan ng mga users, it really depends. Okay? So magkakaiba po yan. Now, sabi dito sa bandang baba, when this occurs, the information system must meet new requirements. Okay? In some cases, members of the system development team modify the current information system. Now, applying it to our topic for today, information system development. Okay, now, common na sa mga organizations, big or small, na meron silang ginagamit ng mga information system. But time changes, and so are the requirements, yung mga user requirements. And when this happens, sometimes the information system that are being used by a company becomes outdated or sometimes obsolete. So, kinakailangan ng panibagong system at dito pumapasok yung system development. Okay? So, it's either we have to modify the existing system o kaya naman entirely develop a new information system. Now, ano ang relationship natin dito bilang mga estudyante, bilang mga accounting students? Of course, hindi ka naman yung tao na gagawa ng or magde-develop ng system. But, okay, in an organization, as equally as important yung kung mahalaga yung mga systems developer, yung mga systems analyst, important din critical din yung role ng mga users of the information system. Kasi sila yung mga gumagamit, dapat involved sila doon sa system development. Okay, either yung paggawa ng panibagong system or pagde-develop ng existing system. Kaya nga, mahalaga na maintindihan mo rin papaano ba gumagana ito, papaano ito ginagawa. Now, yung system development, ito ay isang series ng mga activities na often, ito ay ginugrupo into phases. At ito yung tinatawag natin na System Development Lifecycle or yung SDLC. Now, yung explanation ng SDLC will depend doon sa mga authors. let's say, for this particular author, ang SDLC ay binubuo ng 5 phases. Your planning, your analysis, your design, your implementation, and then the operation, support, and security. Okay? Sa ibang mga authors, may encounter ninyo, yung SDLC, maaring 4 or maaring different. But pag tinignan talaga ninyo, pag inanalyze ninyo mabuti, halos parehas lang naman. It's more of the tagging or the naming, yung ginagamit ng mga terminologies, yung nagkakaiba. But the life cycle basically is the same. Now, this is an illustration, visual representation of the SDLC, the Systems Development Life Cycle. From the planning, which is number 1, up to the analysis, then followed by the design, papunta sa implementation, at saka yung operation, support, and security. And for every phases, makikita ninyo may mga bullets dyan, So, eto naman yung mga activities that is being done by that particular system. Now, we will be talking about this in details, yung different phases na yan. Kagaya ng nakikita po ninyo dito, so you can take a pause para makita ninyo yung content nito. Hindi ko na lang po ito babasahin, pero mamaya naman kasi pag-uusapan naman natin ito. Now, sabi dito, as shown in figure 11-1, which is this one, okay, each system development phase consists of a series of activities. Yun po yung makikita ninyo dito sa baba, However, it forms a loop kasi maaring at the end of the life cycle, and then may mga panibagong user requirements, maaring mag-initiate yun ng panibagong start. Mag-uumpisa ulit sa planning. So the phases form a loop. In theory, the 5 system development phases often appear sequentially, magkakasunod, but in reality, yung mga activities within adjacent phases often interact with one another, making system development a dynamic, iterative process. Ibig sabihin ng iterative ay repetitive or paulit-ulit. Okay? So, yan, kapag nagtrabaho kayo at na-involve kayo sa operations, aware kayo sa mga information system, at you are in a position to supervise or to manage a particular segment of the organization or particular department, maiintindihan nyo yan later on. Now, how do we deal with system development? We have to consider the 3 general guidelines. Number 1, group activities into phases, kagaya ng ginawa nito. Okay? Pangalawa, we have to involve the users. At kagaya ng makikita ninyo dito, sa gitna, may mga tao tayo dito, yung mga gumagamit. Hindi lamang po yung mga IT professionals, kung hindi, pati din yung mga gumagamit. And then, we have to define the standards. Papaano ba natin ito susundan? Ano yung mga set of guidelines, rules and policies, procedures na kailangan nating i-follow. Okay? So, let's begin. Sa grouping of activities into phases, okay, mamaya i-layout natin ito, ilalatag natin ito, Others have more or fewer phases. Kagaya nga ng nabanggit ko kanina. It really depends on the author. Okay? Pero basically, they follow the same principle. Nagkakaiba lang sa mga pangalan. Yung iba, mas madami sa 5. Yung iba, mas konti. Yung iba, 5 lang din. Okay? Now, kagaya nito, papakita ko sa inyo. Meron din kasi akong discussion on System Development Lifecycle. Okay, SDLC. Pero on a different subject, which is auditing in a CIS environment. And you will encounter it once again pagdating ninyo next year. Kasi this is tackled on a 3rd year, 2nd semester. Now, under here, on a different author, makikita ninyo yung phases of system development or software development involves planning, development, maintenance, and implementation. Samantalang dito, planning, analysis and design, implementation and operation, support, and security. Basically, etong development is etong part na ito, yung design. Okay? And wala dito yung analysis, but it may form part in this planning phase. Okay? Yung maintenance, nandito po yan sa Sorry, nasaan na tayo? Yung number 3, implementation, the same, meron tayo, pero it is number 4. Yung maintenance, dito sa kabilang author, ito po yung operation, support, and security. Kasi kung mababasa ninyo itong unang bullet point, perform maintenance activities. So, you see, kahit na magkakaiba yung numbering ng yung organization, pero by principle, parehas lang po sila yung life cycle nito. Okay? You may want to check it out. Meron po akong video lecture na playlist on auditing in a CIS environment. Makikita nyo po yan doon. Now, let's talk about this general guidelines for number 2, involve users. Well, I think hindi ko na po ito uulitin, but I just want to emphasize we need to involve the users na gagamit ng mga system. Otherwise, hindi magiging effective yung information system na i-develop natin. And then, dapat naka-define yung mga rules and procedures, that the organization expects its employees to follow. Okay? Otherwise, medyo unguided. Hindi, wala silang masusundan. Okay? So, yun yung relevance nito. Now, who participates in system development? Okay? Besides system analyst, and then besides sa system analyst, kasama din po dyan yung mga non-technical users. Ito na rin yung nabanggit ko kanina. Lahat po sabi dito, system development should involve representatives from each department. Kung sino yung mga gagamit ng system. Kasi sila yung other end, sila yung gumagamit, alam nila kung meron silang concerns, kung meron silang medyo kailangang erase for improvement of the process. Okay, so sila yung nakakaalam kasi yung systems analyst or yung mga system developer, sila yung gumagawa ng information system. Maaring hindi nila nakikita yung katotohanan. Okay? Now, anong difference ng system analyst sa system developer? Actually, they may be the same. Sa mga maliliit na organization, isang tao lang yan. Pero sa mga malalaking organization, maaring magkahiwalay po yan. Ang system analyst may be different from the system developer. Pero they will be working hand in hand doon sa system development. Okay? Magkaiba lang sila ng mga job roles, yung mga job descriptions. Okay. Next. What else? Sabi dito, ang mga systems analyst, sila yung liaison, tagapamagitan between the users and the IT professionals. They convert user requests into technical specifications. Kasi syempre, may programming language yan. May coding yan. Hindi naman yan yung user-friendly na, okay, sabi ni user, bigyan mo nga ako ng ganitong format na medyo user-friendly, madaling maintindihan. Okay, so yung mga system analyst, i-convert pa yan nila, technical specifications. Tapos iti-test pa nila yan. So marami itong mga pinagdadaanan, Now, ang mga systems analyst, hindi lang sila dapat magaling sa programming. They must be familiar with business operations, Marunong sila mag-solve ng problems. So problem solver sila. Kasama po yan sa sa job description. Ano ba ang hinahanap nila sa mga systems analyst? Must be familiar with business operations, must be a problem solver, they have the ability to introduce and support change, possess excellent communication and interpersonal skills. So pag nag-hire sila ng tao for the systems analyst, hahanapin nila yan. During the interview, titignan nila kung do you possess yung applicant na yon. Does he or she possess these qualifications? So, dapat marunong kang makipag-usap kung ikaw ay system analyst. They also prepare many reports, drawings, and diagrams. Kasi usually when they are presenting the flow of the system from the beginning up to the end, they present it in diagram forms. Usually naka-flow chart yan, para maintindihan when designing the system especially. They discuss various aspects of the development project with users, management, other analysts, database administrator, network administrators. Marami pa pong iba, web developers, programmers, vendors, and the steering committee. Okay, so kinakailangan ano no, hindi ka introvert, hindi ka mahiyain kasi makikipag-usap ka sa mga tao. So that is a must. Okay, now ano ang itong ibig sabihin ng steering committee? Sino ito? Well, kagaya ng makikita or mababasa ninyo sa panghuling paragraph dito sa slide, ito yung decision making body, okay, ng organization na magde-decide. Okay? For each system development project, usually meron silang steering committee. Okay? Sorry, meron silang project team. At saka, yung decision, okay, yung mga gagawin, yung recommendations ng project team ay ipapasa sa steering committee for decision. Yes or no. Proceed or stop. Okay? So, yan po, ano? Ang project team, binubuo ito ng mga users, ng mga systems analysts, at saka yung iba pang mga IT professionals. Now, let's talk about project management. Kasi meron tayong project team. Okay? So, how do we manage the project? Kaya siya tinawag na project team kasi, okay, balik ko lang dito, ano, may mga project sila na gagawin. Ano ang project na ito? Yung pag-develop ng isang system. So, in order for the project team to manage their resources, manage their work, manage their schedule and their time para makapag-provide sila nung trabaho nila, dapat kinakailangan yung project management. And yung project management involves organizational activities, ano, like planning, scheduling, and controlling. Mahalaga po ito, ano, para maging effective yung kanilang proyekto. Now, sa mga maliliit na mga organizations, no, isa lang tao lang yung nagmamanage ng project. Ang tawag natin dito project manager. Pero pag mga malalaking organizations, magkahiwala yan. Maaring merong project leader na nagmamanage at nagko-control ng budget at saka yung schedule ng proyekto. At meron namang project manager na more of the technical side, no? They control the activities during the system development. Okay? But in any case, in any type, no, they have a common goal na magawa nila yung project on time. Okay? Hindi late. Project leaders and or project managers are part of the project team. Sila yung nag-head. Okay? Pag wala yung, if the system analyst is not the project manager, he or she work closely with the project manager. Okay? So, yan po ano ang project management natin. Additionally, okay, as part of the work or as part of the job of a project manager or a project leader, kinakailangang i-identify niya itong mga elemento na ito sa isang proyekto. Kasi dapat nakikita niya yung kabuuang picture ng project. Ano ba yung goal ng project natin? Ano ba yung objectives? Ano yung expectation? Ito yung tinatawag natin na scope of the project. Okay? Ito yung makikita ninyo dito na naka-open and close parenthesis. Ano ba ang mga gagawin? This is the required activities. Time budget, no? Time estimates. Kailan ba tayo expected na matapos? Cost estimate, magkano ba ang budget? Okay? Order of activities, papaano yung pagkasunod-sunod? And the activities that can take place at the same time. Kung merong order yung mga activities, alin sa mga activities yung pwedeng pagsabayan? Now, usually, they use project management tools or project management software. Kagaya ng makikita ninyo dito, ano, to manage and to control the activities. We have the Gantt chart dito sa kanan and then we have the PERT chart dito sa kaliwa. Pag medyo malabo lang ito, ano, pero ang Gantt chart, ang makikita ninyo dito ay yung mga listahan ng mga activities na gagawin na naka-organized from beginning to the end. At yung makikita ninyo dito ay schedule. Okay? Makikita ninyo dito para siyang naka-bar, di ba? Pero pahiga. Ito ang start date, no? Yung budget na beginning date, tapos budget na end date. So parang ito yung estimated na kailan matatapos. So that kung meron tayo ditong buwan, hindi ko masyado rin kita, no? Kunwari, January, February, March, April, May, June. Kunwari, ang estimate natin is for it to be developed within 6 months. So, yung Gantt chart, maipapakita dito yung mga list of activities at kailan ito gagawin for that span of time. Okay, that is the Gantt chart. Pag per chart naman, ito naman yung mga estimated times per activities. Now, ito po yung explanation dyan. Okay? Hindi ko na po ito babasahin pero meron lang akong highlight. For the Gantt chart, it is used to plan and schedule the time relationships among project activities. Kaya nakalist down doon yung mga activities at saka yung mga schedules, beginning and end. Pag per chart naman, it analyzes the time required para makomplete ang task and identifies the minimum time required. Halos medyo similar sila pero iba yung presentation. But in any case, these are project management software or tools that are important, no? That can assist in the project management. Okay? So, ito po yung ilan sa mga ginagamit. Now, syempre, during the process of managing the project or developing or making the necessary preparations or activities, minsan, hindi natin na-anticipate na may mababago sa mga plano natin. But we have to be prepared when that happen. And we have to understand the concept of change management. This one, Kasi sabihin natin na, okay, ang deadline natin 6 months. Pero hindi natin na-foresee, may mga ibang mga factors. Biglang, naging 1 taon. Okay, so that is change. There is a change, no? And how do we manage that change? Dapat flexible tayo pagdating dyan. Especially pagdating sa mga decision makers or doon sa mga head, no? Yung project leader o yung project manager. Dapat marunong siya mag-monitor, mag-control ng mga project, yung mga activities at saka yung mga tao niya, no? So, project leaders should use change management, which is the process of recognizing when a change in the project has occurred and taking actions to react to the change. Okay? Now, meron lang akong extract na kinuha sa aking auditing subject. Ito yung another definition ng change management. Because that is also part of your system development lifecycle. No, ang purpose nito is to minimize the likelihood of disruption and unapproved changes as well as errors. Kasi minsan akala natin polido na yung ating plano tapos bigla na lang nababago. Okay, so we have to minimize yung chances na ma-disrupt yung operations. Kunwari ganito na lang Sa love life mo, akala mo siya na yung the one. Matagal na kasi kayo so naplano mo na magpapakasal kayo, okay, bubuo ng pamilya, and then suddenly nagloko siya. Okay? So, how do we react to that, no? So, in applying the concept to change management, we want to minimize the likelihood of disruption. Yung nasira yung buhay mo, kasi akala mo siya na talaga, pero hindi pala. So, we want to minimize the effect, okay, para we can still proceed with our project. So, yan po yung change management. Okay? Now, meron pa tayong tinatawag na feasibility assessment. Eto, hindi na ito bago sa inyo. Either naging part na kayo ng pagpe-prepare ng mga feasibility plans, okay, feasibility report, or maaring narinig na po ninyo ito. Hindi lang ako sure kung sa senior high school gumagawa kayo nito. But when we are talking of feasibility assessment, ang mini-measure kasi natin dito is before we proceed with a plan, we assess first how suitable the development of a system will be to the organization. Now, hindi lamang po isang bagay lang. Meron po tayong iba't ibang klase ng feasibility. Operational feasibility, schedule feasibility, technical feasibility, and then the economic feasibility. Okay? So, yan po yung mga kino-consider natin. Pag sinabi nating operational feasibility, how well the proposed information system will work. In terms of operations, gagana ba yan? Okay? Yung pinaplano natin. Pangalawa, schedule feasibility. Kaya ba yan? Sa oras na meron lang tayo. Okay, kung binigyan tayo ng 6 na buwan, kaya ba? ng 6 na buwan. Baka masyadong kulang. Pangatlo, technical feasibilities. Do we have the necessary resources, hardware, software, at saka yung mga tao na gagawa nito? Okay, with the level of the system development or the system requirement na gustong ipagawa sa atin. And then, kaya ba ng gastos? Kaya ba yung gastos nito? Do we have the necessary budget for it para ma-proceed itong plano na ito? So that is your economic feasibility. Okay? So, yan po yung mga kinu-consider natin when we are doing feasibility assessment. Now, everything must be documented. Kaya meron tayong documentation requirements. Okay? Dito naman sa documentation, okay, ito yung pagko-collect, pagsa-summarize ng data and information. Parang sa accounting lang yan, di ba? Ito yung pagsa-summarize natin into financial statements. Collection and summarization of data and information. Hindi lamang reports ito, yung pinag-uusapan natin dito, but it may also include yung diagrams, yung programs, or any other information generated during system development. Kailangan klaro, malinaw, documented dapat, Kasi, di ba, unless it is documented, okay, it is difficult to prove kung verbal lang yan, word of mouth lang. Okay? It is important that all documentation be well written, thorough, consistent, and understandable. Ang problem sa mga documentation minsan masyadong technical. Na pag iba yung babasa, mga non-technical people, hindi niya maintindihan yon. So, kinakailangan sa documentation malinaw din. The final information system should be reflected accurately and completely in documentation developed throughout the development project. Okay? Maintaining up-to-date documentation should be an ongoing part of system development. Okay. So, please take note of that, Hindi lamang po ito pang information system, kundi halos sa lahat ng mga transactions, sa mga activities sa organization, required yung documentation. Okay. Now, as part of the system development, syempre, we have to gather data, gather information. And these are some of the techniques na gagamitan ng mga systems analyst or mga IT professionals for data gathering. Review of documentation. Okay? Review of documentation, ano ito? Maaaring mag-request yung mga systems analyst, patingin ng organizational chart, patingin ng mga memo coming from the top. Okay? Ano yung mga minutes of meetings or MOM tawag namin sa actual, They have to understand the history of the project. Bakit ba ito pinapagawa? Ano yung reason? Ano yung nag-cause para ma-initiate itong project na ito? Documentation also provides information about the organization such as its operations, ang mga kahinaan nito at ang mga kalakasan nito. And then, they can perform observation. They can observe papaano ginagawa or papaano gumagana ngayon yung mga current system, papaano nagtatrabaho ngayon yung mga tao, So, this is the part of the observation. Survey. Pag survey, they obtain data and information from a large number of people, systems analysts distribute surveys. So, ito yung usually meron tayong mga forms, ipapasa, paki-fill upan. Okay? It may be passed on to multiple users from different departments. Okay, that is survey. Next, interview. Of course, para mas maintindihan mo yung proseso, lalong-lalo na kung merong part na medyo malabo, pwede kang makipag-usap sa mga tao, yung mga process owners, yung mga users. How about judge sessions or the joint application design? Ito naman, more of focus groups. Pag interview kasi, usually one-on-one yan. Ang mga judge sessions parang panel interview. Okay? These are series of lengthy, structured group meetings in which users and IT professionals work together to design or develop an application. Maaring conference meetings, multiple personalities, multiple systems analysts or IT professionals, and then multiple users. Kaya more of focus group siya. And then you also conduct research, alam naman natin kung anong ibig sabihin ng research. Makikita ninyo dito yung mga sources. It may be coming from magazines, reference books, trade shows, web, vendors, consultants, at marami pa pong iba. Okay? So, ito po ang ilan sa mga data information gathering techniques. Now, let's proceed dito. What initiates system development? Ano ang nagiging nagko-cause para makapag-umpisa tayo ng system development? What initiates system development are the user's requests. And when we are talking of the user's request, ito yung either bago na user request or kaya modification ng existing information system for a variety of reasons. Sabihin na natin meron tayong bagong system, meron tayong existing system na ginagamit. Pero medyo madami siyang mga lapses, madaming mali-mali doon sa existing system. So that the user may request something for a new or modified information system, either to correct a problem because there are incorrect calculation or nagkaroon ng security breach, o kaya naman to improve the information system. Okay? O organization may want to improve hardware, software, or other technology to enhance an information system. Okay? Now, ang tawag natin doon sa user request is the project request. Okay? Project request kasi ito yung magkakaroon kasi ng panibagong project. In larger organizations, formal yung user request. Okay? Nagsusulat sila para documented. Kasi remember, documentation is necessary. So, yung request na yon for system services or system changes or pag-initiate pag-create ng panibagong system is the project request. At itong project request, eto na yung mag-i-initiate nung ating first phase ng SDLC, ng System Development Cycle, which is the planning. Okay? So, we will now be talking about this detailed process or detailed phases from planning to analysis to design to implementation at saka yung operation support and security. Now, let me just take a break, Pause muna natin ito para meron tayong break sa session, ma-absorb ninyo yung topics and you can go back dito sa ating mga napag-usapan. Para mamaya meron tayong fresh start when we will be discussing with the SDLC or the Systems Development Lifecycle. Now, if you have any questions on the discussed topics, please let me know para ma-assist ko kayo para at least kung meron kayong mga agam-agam sa topic may hindi kayo naintindihan, ma-assist ko kayo doon. Okay? Until then, pag-usapan natin etong susunod na topic. I'll see you sa second lecture. Bye-bye!